Alright, terrific news. Techtonics Tuning has come through with a new camshaft, new valve spring kit, and it's time. So now we're going to go ahead and put this cylinder head together, pop the camshaft in, get the valve springs on, not in that order, and it'll be good to go. In the meantime, I've done a bunch of reassembly here. As you saw before, we did the pistons and the rings, they're all in, the head studs are hand tight into the block, ready to go. Clutch and flywheel are back on, oil pan's back on and torqued. We're getting ready. We're getting close to firing this sucker up. Can't wait. Stay tuned. Let's build ahead. So, first thing we will need in this is going to be the seats for these dual springs. Now, something I learned, and the guys at Techtonics Tuning are really smart, and they told me this, is that the valve spring size in an OBD2 head is different than in an OBD1 head. And what that means is, for all intents and purposes of putting stuff together, the OD of the outer spring is actually smaller. Yep, on an OBD2 cylinder head. Which is why this actually fits. And I wish I hadn't dropped that in there, because I can't get it back out. Son of a bitch. It's okay. Zoop. Perfect. So, first thing we're going to do, drop a seat into each one of these. I said into each one of these. Don't be difficult. Come on now. Oh, this is going to suck. This is already turning out to be just so much fun. I should probably put some gloves on to preserve the cleanliness of my hands, which I never do, but I'm going to because I'm going to be eating lunch soon, so I don't want to make a mess. Spring. Woo. Well, hopefully they'll sit down nice and good.
Spring, spring, spring. Put it nice on those seats. Spring, spring. Spring,
Okay, springs are all dropped in. Easy peasy. Next order of business, we need to reuse the retainers, the top retainers, and the keepers. And I believe, folks, we are in good shape here. Great. Now, stand this head up. We'll take our blocks of wood. We're going to set them down because when we put this camshaft in, it will inevitably force a couple valves open. The nuts down here out of the way, and the caps will go right, more or less right in front of, oh boy, that one's stuck. Since we have a new camshaft, which for what our project is, this will be good. This is the 266 camshaft, aka the 270, and we're going to use that for our ABA turbo here. Okay, there we are. Cool. stickers. One item you're going to absolutely need is the Woodruff key. So hopefully you saved your stock one, because you will need it, and that's going to take a little tappy tap to get put in here. Boom, nothing. So that was easy. The SPA cam that I had before did not do that. I could not fit that key to save my life, and that's a problem. Before we do that, you're going to want to take your lifters. Always replace your lifters. Lifters are in. Now, assembly lube on the cam journals and on the cam caps, and it'll be time to put this camshaft in. Cam caps are prepped, journals are prepped, lifter tops are prepped. Next item we're going to take care of here will be the races and the lobes. We're going to hit everything with some goop because it just makes the sense to do so. So we're going to just goop on one part of it and then we'll wipe it on. It's just a lot easier to do when you don't have a container in your hand, so it should all go pretty smooth. Man, this stuff is sticky. And that's kind of the point too, it keeps everything in place. So wipe that on. Make sure we get the whole lobe. Get the lobe. Journal. Lobe. Good. And you will get goopy in the process of doing this, so like, truthfully, don't worry about it. Just grab it up, smear this crap on here. And once you're all smeared up and good to go, and you're happy with that, you can go ahead and gently set your cam into place. Now you're going to want to clean your hands off because you're all covered in garbage. Because you didn't put gloves on. Ow! God damn! Also, in case you were curious, if you ever have a cut, brake clean will find it for you quickly. Just a top tip. Also, brake cleaner is not hand cleaner, but it also works really good. So do what you want. Now, let's try and get this camshaft set in here in a way to put the least amount of pressure on things. There we go. Cool. Everything turns over okay. So that's good. Alright, everything's smooth. Now, flip over to our torque wrench. And we're going to set it to 15 foot-pounds. Then I guess since everything is already pretty good, we're just going to start from the middle, work our way out. So boom, 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 boom. And the cam caps. And the reason I'm marking both is just to make sure that if we look at this in the future that nothing has backed off. Motor oil on the outer edge of the seal and a little motor oil on the inner edge of the seal help it slip in. And life will be pretty good. And then all we'll need to do is carefully, that's just to make sure that seal is fully seated. Next order of business is cam gear. Sprocket, whatever you want to call it. And this should gently wiggle right into place. Camshaft bolt goes in. Alright everybody, time to do this. We're going to go ahead and mate the cylinder head we just assembled to the block. We have our covering bag. We're going to go ahead and take a rag, give everything a quick wipe, make sure that it's clean. Put on our new Cometic head gasket, so no head spacer here, it's already got the layers that it needs. So that is easy peasy. Now we need to go get the cylinder head. Alright, I'm going to Go home, little buddy. Ta-da, we're done. Engine will run. Just kidding. Don't forget when you do this, follow the instructions. Use the ARP fastener assembly lubricant on the threads, on the washers, on the bottom of the nut, everything. So that's what we are going to do first and foremost before we do anything else. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to lube our nuts. What we're going to want to do is consult your Bentley manual if you're not sure. We're going to start in the middle and work our way out from there. So this should be pretty straightforward. We're going 80 foot-pounds in 3 equal steps. I guess the next item, so we can see where TDC is on the cam. Okay, so we've checked. Let's see if I can show you this. You've checked our mark. So there's the arrow and the OT. So that's top dead center on the crank. We are TDC on the cam. And we are TDC on the dizzy. Because you'll see there's that little notch there. And if you lift up the shield, there's a little dink taken out of the dizzy housing. So, motor is at top dead center. At this point we should be able to put our belt on and then tension it. And just to confirm what I was saying, you're going to try to line the arrow up with the 0, the cam up with the OT mark, and as I stated, the distributor has a notch. And as you can see, we're all good. Let's see how our marks look. We lined up? Sure looks like it to me. Still lined up? Yup. And yup. Looking good. Alright, now we'll be able to tighten the tensioner. For that, you're going to want to use one of these guys. We'll see how that feels. We could probably go a little bit tighter. Just a touch. Timing belt has been tightened. Now we should be able to crank everything over with a wrench. Since there's no plugs in it, it should be pretty easy to spin. And everything should spin pretty nicely. Now we're going to go ahead and look for our timing mark, which is coming up pretty soon. Boom, boom. What do you think, guys? Boom, right on the money. This motor's timed. Alright, and that'll be the end of today's video. I would say we got a lot done today. Got the motor in, got everything mated together, timed. Yeah, so now it's time for me to basically put the whole thing together and forget to film it. So hopefully you guys will tune in for that, where I show you everything that I did, but didn't show you how I did it, like most of this project has been. So I hope you learned something today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below or questions if you have any. And I will see you guys in the next video.